some construction designs because I have a construction party coming up and there aren't a lot of designs available which have construction themes. So you can see I've already got my two cheek art designs on me, but I'm also going to do a work in progress on my husband.
Who's a construction manager?
Who actually works in construction, so it's like really great. So anyway, hope you like this one. For this tutorial, you'll need tag or paradise yellow, tag or paradise orange, paradise red, wolf white, wolf black, a sponge or dauber, a number 1 round brush, a number 5 round or a small filbert, and a brick stencil. Begin by sponging paradise yellow or tag yellow over the forehead area and also down around the eyes and over the eyelids. For younger children, sometimes they don't like any paint on the eyelid area, so you can just put it above the eyebrows for that. Using your small filbert or the large round brush, paint an orange triangle in the center of the forehead just above the eyebrow line. You're going to be writing your words in the center of this later, but for now you want it to dry and you can work on the other parts of the design. For the background texture, you're going to use a brick stencil. I used one of Leah Selly's stencils for this one. The bricks are a little bit small, but it worked out fine. You could use one with larger bricks if you wanted them to be a little bit bigger, a little bolder. And then I used a dauber rather than a sponge, and I used Paradise Red. So you may want to use a sponge. I like the dauber because I can really direct where the paint goes with it, and it doesn't get too wet. So I think it's easier to use. You always want to make sure that a sponge or a dauber, it has the paint on it but isn't too damp, because if it's too wet, the paint will bleed underneath your stencil and it'll smear. Also, you want to make sure that any area you place the stencil on is already dry, or it will lift paint up onto the back of the stencil and it'll transfer to other locations as you move it around. Next, load your small round brush with Wolf or Diamond Effects Black. They're both really good for lining, and make a careful line around the outside of the diamond, which is going to be your work sign, and then also add an extra small line around the inside of the diamond. If you're really pressed for time, the second line isn't that important, but it makes it look a little more like a construction sign. Now, one of the fun things about this particular design is that you can put anything you want inside that diamond as far as a message. So for our design, we decided to use work in progress, but you could have put men at work, anything like that. The person in the chair can decide what they want inside their work sign. The only thing you have to be sure of is that whatever you put inside the sign is actually going to fit inside the sign. We had a little trouble fitting progress word in because it was at the bottom of the diamond, but we got it in there. The final thing I did was to add a few white highlights to the sign, because anytime you add highlights to a design, it makes it pop off the face better. And I also added some small L-shaped black lines around the base and the sides of a few of the bricks. Didn't want to do it to all the bricks, just some of them, because it did add a little bit, made the design stand out a little bit more from the face. The texture was fine without it, so if you were in a hurry, you wouldn't have to put them in. But because if I was at a party, doing a birthday party, I would definitely add a little more detail, make it a little more special. Thanks again for stopping by and watching the tutorial today. I hope it's something that you can use in the future and that you have a lot of fun with it. Thanks again. Bye-bye.